Hey y'all, it's Diana from the Dianaverse, and I am talking to you today about the full moon that's coming up. Got a nice sunny day, so a little more light in my video today. It's going to be a full moon in Virgo on Thursday night into Friday. It's just after midnight Pacific Standard Time, or whatever time we're on in the Pacific at the moment. We just changed time. So it'll be entering Virgo tonight around 10 p.m. Pacific time. So already kind of be in that vibe starting later today. I've been kind of feeling it for a few days. I haven't been sleeping that great. Lots of dreams, lots of stuff on my mind. Kind of that full moon angsty thing going on. So every month when we have the full moon, what happens is that the moon is on the opposite side of the earth from the sun, and that's why it looks full, because we're seeing the light being reflected back from the sun. At that point in the sky, we can see the entire moon. So this one is in Virgo. It's going to be opposite, because the sun is on the opposite side of the earth right now. All the planets that are currently in Pisces. So that includes the sun, Mercury, Jupiter, Neptune. We got a whole stellium going on over there. It's a lot of energy in Pisces. I'm going to say at the new moon, the light is kind of obscured from the sun, so it allows new things to emerge, is kind of how we look at that. In the full moon, you're kind of bringing to fruition things that you've already started in general. So you're going to see the most dramatic kind of expression of it. And the last time we had the new moon in Virgo, when we would have been starting this Virgo cycle for the year, would have been September 2nd, 2021. So you can kind of think back to like what might have been going on then, what you might have been starting, and kind of check in with how things are going with whatever was going on at that time. And it's kind of a preview for the next new moon in Virgo, which would be this coming September in 2022. It's kind of like yin and yang, you know, things kind of move from one phase to the next. So you can kind of wrap some things up and kind of get a preview of what you want to have coming up before you get there and start planning it. So you want to look at which house you might have Virgo in. It'll give you a better idea of the themes that are going on for you with this full moon. Also Pisces, right? Because that's on the opposite side, and there's a lot of planets there right now. So you can see what's been going on with those themes, because some of those planets have been in Pisces for a little bit, and you can kind of see how they're interacting with your own birth chart. Makes it a little more personal to you. So the stellium in Pisces, Sun in Pisces, the Mercury, Jupiter, Neptune, those are all in the water element. We have 4 elements in the astrology language. So that has a lot to do with emotions, movement, things being fluid, the collective unconscious represented by Pisces. Could be a lot of plans that are going on. You're not necessarily doing them. There could be some procrastination. I've had a little bit of that. Meltdowns, you know, all the emotions flying around, kind of being opposed by the fullness of the moon and Virgo, which can be like overthinking, a little nitpicky maybe. And Virgo, on the other hand, is an earth sign. So that's like what's down to earth, right? What's in reality in a way. So it's ruled by Mercury, which is an air sign, which is a lot about thoughts, thought realm. But Virgo is that priestess that kind of grounds all those thoughts into the physical plane. She's bringing all that to the physical plane. So it's about more than just the details, about just building things. It's also like right relationship with things, how you make something real. Like you can think about a whole lot of things, but when you bring them into reality, they're usually a little different than you thought, right? So Virgo is there kind of putting pressure on all of this creative Pisces stuff to do something that's going to be real, something that's for the good of more than just oneself. Those are both kind of collective signs. Like Pisces is the collective unconscious. It's, you know, all the fish in the ocean, right? Virgo, the priestess, she's acting by herself, but she's acting for the good of all. If you have strong Virgo in your chart, and you might notice, depending where it is, of course, what house it is, like themes like right work, you know, it's like hard for a strongly Virgo person to be doing a profession that they care nothing about. It's not going to make them very happy. So it's just kind of like finding the sweet spot. You can use that Virgo grounding energy to kind of anchor in some of this creative stuff that's coming out of Pisces. You got Neptune there, lots of imagination. Jupiter's making everything big, so there may have been like, you might want to get back on board with Virgo on your healthy diet or your healthy exercise routine, because Jupiter's been kind of blowing that stuff up for some people. So if you're feeling too emotional, too much stuff coming at you, that Virgo can help you kind of hone in on what's important and just deal with that, right? So you're kind of countering it with Earth energy. And this Virgo moon is going to be supported with a trine to Pluto, which is in Capricorn, another Earth sign, and Uranus and Taurus, which is also an Earth sign. Those are all in a trine right now, so they're supporting each other. So Pluto and Uranus are a lot about change, right? Uranus is the rebel, it's lightning, it's like sudden things happening, and we've kind of seen that in the Earth element over, because it's been there for a few years already. Sudden changes like mudslides, earthquakes, also your financial stuff, because the financial markets, because Venus, you know, rules Taurus. That's all your resources. So resources have been a big thing for a few years. Excuse me. And Pluto is just like, change it, you know, like this isn't working, get rid of it. So there's a bit of shakeup there. It can be a little unsettling, but ultimately it's for supportive goals. It went through a lot of the outer planets, which are more the transpersonal, kind of leading to some of the societal things that are going on. And then you figure out, like, because now the personal planets are kind of involved, like, okay, so, you know, where do I fit into that? What am I going to do? The Pisces full moon can lead to, if you struggle with things like addiction, inertia, emotional stuff, that can be kind of highlighted. So you can just be aware of that, that's going to last for a few days, and then it'll kind of move on and you'll be feeling a little bit better, hopefully. It's a good time to clean and get rid of outdated stuff, outdated ideas and constructs, things that aren't working for us, but also like just stuff like clean your house. It's a great time to do that, really supported. We're kind of getting things cleared out to go into Aries season, which is happening fairly soon, I think next week. I didn't look up the date for that one, but we're going from Pisces, we're at the end of the zodiac. Pisces rules the feet. We'll be moving into Aries with the sun, which is the head. So you're jumping from the feet to the head. So you're walking away with your feet from the previous year's activities, and you're making a leap into the new cycle. Aries will be with the head of more determination. I've heard it described, I'm kind of studying Celtic things because I have a lot of family background in that, like the salmon, right? When the salmon makes its leaps from the bottom of the waterfall to the top, you've got a goal that you're going towards, but you got to leave your old stuff behind, your old life behind to get there, to reach your purpose. So some other things going on. We've got at the same time, Venus and Mars are still conjunct. They're a super long conjunction right now. I've talked about that in my previous videos, and they're going to be squaring that Uranus and Taurus. So there could definitely be a lot of pressure. You know, if you want to get a diamond, if you want to get something done, a lot of times human beings just operate better under pressure. Like, you got to have something where you have to change it. Otherwise, you just don't get around to it, right? So it may not be comfortable, but hopefully this will bring you to another level with whatever you got going on in life. Venus is in a mutual reception with that Uranus. They're in each other's signs. That means Venus is in Aquarius and Uranus is in Taurus. So they're in each other's like ruling signs and planets. So they're pretty connected. So it's a lot around your resources, your home. Again, like the spring cleaning could be your finances, but a lot of people are doing taxes. A lot of themes like that going on this time of year. And that's kind of the astrology for the moment for this full moon. A couple of other things I wanted to mention. I am getting ready to launch out about my book that I'm going to be doing. Doing a somewhat interactive thing where to get support as I write the book, I'll be putting something on Patreon where I do a chapter by chapter, and we'll have fun things to do that kind of go along with the themes in the book. It's a book about a little fairy girl and her adventures and misadventures. She tries to be reunited with her tribe and learns a lot about life. There's a lot of astrology, crafts, herbalism, all kinds of stuff in there. So fairies, of course. I'm on the fairy path myself. So you'll be hearing more about that in other videos. All right. Y'all have a great end of the week. It's going to be a little stressful, but hope you get through it shining bright. All right. Bye.